High School Playbook starts now.
You gotta like that. Welcome to the High School Playbook Show. I'm Del Rogers. During the next 13 Fridays, we will bring you every aspect that makes up high school football experience, from the bands, the fans, the cheerleaders, game officials, and even the parents in the stands. We begin in Elk Grove tonight, where the defending Division III section champs, the Manteca Buffaloes, played at the Cosumnes Oaks Wolfpack. And this game was another shootout, with Manteca hitting bullseye more times than not. For the Buffaloes, Hudson Wyatt finds Blake Nicholson open for the touchdown. Manteca led 37-21. Cosumnes Oaks couldn't stop the mighty Manteca Buffaloes, but they did slow them down at times, like this interception by the Manteca quarterback right here. Jarrett Quinna, he comes up with the pick in the end zone for Cosumnes Oaks, but this game belonged to Manteca. Buffaloes went big tonight, caging the CO Wolfpack 67-28. Manteca improved to 3-0. In Sacramento at Cosumnes River College, the 1-1 Roseville Tigers playing at the 1-1 Laguna Creek Cardinals. This might have been the best game of the night. Caden Belton takes the handoff. 7 yards later, touchdown Roseville, as the Tigers took an early lead. But here come the Cardinals. Watch them run the old double pass, flea flicker to perfection. Mitchell Labredo to Dominic Torche, who finds a wide open Malachia Bean-Say. That's a 56-yard great touchdown for Laguna Creek, as the LC Cardinals win at home tonight, holding off the Roseville Tigers 24-19. Now we pick things up with the Holy Bowl of the South, as St. Mary's from Stockton took on Central Catholic of Modesto. This year's Holy Bowl of the South taking place in Modesto. I guess it was 70s night or 60s night. Quarterback for Central Catholic had a tough time tonight. Brylan Reynolds comes up with the interception for the St. Mary's Rams. And the Rams took advantage of turnover. Samson Hunkin, he finds one of his favorite targets, Nasir Danielson. That's a 13-yard touchdown for St. Mary's. Later in the game, with a new quarterback in, because they have a big lead, St. Mary's Devin Rasmussen finds Jaden Jimenez, and the Rams go up 34-7. St. Mary's would win the Holy Bowl of the South this year, smashing Central Catholic by a final score of 47-7. Now, high school playbook cameras were in Modesto as well tonight. We undefeated Modesto Christian took on winless El Capitan. The El Capitan Gauchos made the short trip up from Merced to face the Crusaders tonight. For the Gauchos, they played some great defense. Check out number 20 for El Capitan, as DeJuan Franklin gets the sack of the Modesto Christian quarterback. But the Crusaders would find a way to score early in this game on the old option play. Raymond Carell Jr. gives up the rock to number 5 Elmo Wardson, and EW does the rest. Finding the end zone for Modesto Christian. MC would score more in overtime than El Capitan. They would win this one 15-14 in OT. Back in Sacramento at Inderkum High School, the Inderkum Tigers hosting the Sacramento Dragons. Inderkum came in looking for their first victory of the season, and they played like it. Check out Christian Harris. He handles the business himself, putting the Tigers in the end zone. Then on defense, the Tigers was just as tough. Watch number 8 come up with a takeaway for Inderkum. That's a nice interception right off the tarp right there. Inderkum Tigers win for the first time this season, beating the Sac High Dragons by a final score of 40-0. Now, as we do every week, it's time to show off our high school playbook. Great clips of the week. You got to like that music to that. For week 2 of our playbook, great clips of the week, turned in by the Vista Del Lago High School. Johnny Coet finds Crew Santeria. Crew makes the snag and is gone. That's a 78-yarder into the land of quick 6, as Crew Santeria turns in our KCRA 3 high school playbook, great clips catch of the week. Now, to keep our promise of bringing you every aspect of Friday Night Football, it's time to introduce you to our cheer team of the week. And here they are, the 14-member varsity cheerleaders from Foothill High School in Sacramento. The Foothill Mustang cheerleaders, as you can see and hear right there, love to make their fans in the stands stand up and cheer every game, as they love controlling the emotions of their fans, especially at home. That does it for the first half of the Playbook Show. Coming up after a quick commercial break, I've got our Fan of the Week plus our Game of the Week. But first, it's time to meet our high school playbook game officials of the week, the 4-person varsity crew chief in a white cap, Mr. Russell Carter. There he is. Russell has refereed high school football games for 23 years. When he's not throwing that yellow flag, you can find him under the hood of his 1968 GMC 1500 truck, as he loves to restore it. Time now to introduce you to our high school playbook fan of the week. Here he is right here, Jack Henry.
Yo, I'm Jack Henry. I'm fan of the week, and let's go Mustangs.
You gotta love Mr. Jack Henry. Welcome back to the second half of the High School Playbook Show. I'm Dale Rogers. We begin with our High School Playbook Epic Chevrolet Game of the Week. Your votes all week total up to sending me to Foothill High School in Sacramento. Despite the heat, fans from the undefeated El Camino Eagles still came out in full force, as did the home team, Foothill Mustang fans, in the stands. During the Eagles' opening drive, Foothill would force the fumble. And after number 22, Bryson Lloyd, made the recovery for Foothill, the Mustangs would turn that turnover into points. Jalen Joyce finds the land of quick six for a Foothill Mustangs touchdown. Time now for our halftime update. To help me out is one of the captains on the varsity cheerleaders at Foothill High School. What do we got?
Hi, my name is Tiana Spruwell, and I'm with Foothill High School's varsity cheer team. Right now we're winning 6-0, and after the game we'll still be winning. Let's go Mustangs!
In the second half, things heated up. After an interception by El Camino, they would score their first points of the game. Elijah Serrano goes downtown to Abdul Rashid Tanko Jr., giving the Eagles a 7-6 lead. But the Foothill Mustangs would answer the bell, using this 14-yard touchdown pass from number 10, Xavier Smith, to Michael Watts Jr., and the Mustangs from Foothill High School win their first game of the season, upsetting El Camino 14-7.
It means everything, man. I'm lost for words right now. To be 24 years old, the youngest head coach in California, and just to change this atmosphere, it's mind blowing right now. I just can't thank God enough. You know, He done it, and I'm just putting Him first. So without Him, we couldn't done it, and I just love my boys, and just buying into the new program, buying into the new system. We executed tonight, and I'm grateful for that.
I feel great. We worked hard all summer. It's finally coming to show. A lot of people doubted us. You see the poll, they thought we was gonna lose 60% to 30. Best believe we won that though.
All righty, congratulations to those guys. In Antelope tonight, the Titans. Antelope Titans hosting the Lincoln Trojans. They made the trip up from Stockton tonight as both teams were winless before kickoff. There was a lot of scoring in this one for Antelope. Josiah Bateman to Carmelo Bird for the Antelope Titans touchdown there. Then Lincoln, they had too many horses in the barn tonight. Kenyon Nelson led the way. Nelson with the old keeper. He finds the end zone number 10, goes and gets 6 points. Lincoln Trojans from Stockton, they ambushed the Antelope Titans tonight by a final score of 63-23. That is not a typo. Well, because of the referee shortages, some games have been moved from Friday to Thursday. Even some games have been moved to Saturday. And that was the case for the Vista Del Lago at Granite Bay game. So in case you missed it last night, we're going to flash back to last night as the Eagles played at the Granite Bay Grizzlies. This was an old-fashioned shootout. Eagles quarterback Johnny Coet passes to Matt Long, and that's a 39-yard touchdown for Vista Del Lago right there, and a 15-7 lead. But Granite Bay came to play as well. Carter Jackson takes the rock, and check out number 3. CJ rolls 68 yards into the land of quick six for the Grizzlies touchdown. Granite Bay Grizzlies, they win this shootout last night. Final score, Vista Del Lago, 45-36. Granite Bay Grizzlies win that one. Now it's time to stop the highlights and bring in the band. As we do every week, it's time to listen to our High School Playbook Band of the Week. This week it's the 37-member Foothill Marching Mustangs. The band director is Alexia Vargas. Hit it! All right, enough of the band. Former Raiders running back Vance Mueller returns home to coach his alma mater, Argonaut, in Jackson, as they host Houston tonight. Let's go to the first quarter. After a fumble on the opening drive by Houston, they capitalized. Eric Freeman with the 19-yard touchdown. PAT was blocked, 6-0 Houston. After a Huskies interception, the Mustangs strike again. Robert Spigrelli, tough to bring down. That's a 20-yard score. That's 13-0. Tale of two quarters as here comes Houston. Larkin-Meyer, 34-yard touchdown. PAT no good, 13-6. Houston down now by 1 in the final minute and a half. Alex Burrell finds the end zone for the second touchdown of the game from 11 yards out to take a 20-13 lead into the half. A 2-point conversion. Houston would go on to win in Jackson against Argonaut. Final score tonight right there, 52-13. Argonaut, if you remember, they won the Division VI state championship last year. Well, the poll for next week's High School Playbook Epic Chevrolet Game of the Week is up and running. But to get a look at those games, you must first go to our High School Playbook, or I should say KCRA 3 Instagram page, and watch a special video that has more than just the games listed on it. Now, the poll closes Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. Then I'll announce the winner on KCRA 3 at 11 o'clock. That's Wednesday night. To vote, go to KCRA.com and then go to the High School Playbook section and vote early. Vote often. You can even vote for a friend. But we are trying to ask you to go to our KCRA 3 Instagram page. And what's pinned on there is a special video where you can see the games you can vote for next week's High School Playbook Game of the Week. That's it for week 2. For Michelle Dapper and the rest of our High School Playbook crew, I'm Dale Rogers. We'll see you back here Friday night for week 3 of the high school football season.